Yo, this is the Ancient Texan. It's a Thursday evening. I don't know, 7:47, almost 8 o'clock. Did a hike today, and I was thinking about our culture, our me culture, our I culture. There's the me culture, and then there's the we culture. The U.S. is more about me. Me, myself, I, what's in it for me. I I've lived a fair amount of places in the world. I lived for quite a while in Australia and Peru, Spain, China. Spent quite a bit of time in Oman and spent some time in France, Scotland, Canada, I don't know, Mexico. And I don't believe, I'm not an expert on this, but I don't believe I've been anywhere that the me and the I culture uh, was any stronger. Spent some time in Denmark. When I was in Australia and I was an obnoxious American, and we do it this way, and in the United States we do blah 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 blah. Oh, someone said to me, "We don't want to be America. We want to be kinder than America." In Peru, I was going on about, you know, my view of the world, the United States view of the world, the sacred, almighty American view. And someone said, if you're talking about how to make money, we listen to Americans because they know how to make money, but we don't think they know how to live life. They kind of work to live, not the other way around like we do. Oh, I had a friend from China. She said, we're willing to make some sacrifice for the good of the whole, and we're willing to make sacrifice for orderliness and a functioning society. I'm not sure those comments from all those different places, and I've heard similar things in Denmark and Spain and China. But I was kind of like most Americans. I judge everything from the GDP, how much money we make out of the deal, and how good we are at it. And we tend to judge everything, all programs, by the impact on the GDP. The idea that something might be worthwhile that decrease the national gross domestic product, that that's sacrilege. So I started thinking about, the me society in the U.S. The competitiveness is competitive versus cooperation, order versus freedom, and I started thinking about all the different things where we take the trade off as strong on the me side of the equation. Like, we get killed by guns, but I have the right to have guns, and there's no limitation on my right for a gun, even if we are dying in great numbers. Because that's the choice we have. A person doesn't have the right of safety in this country, but you have the right to pack a gun. My biases are obviously coming out there. So, where else does that show up? What about on rich people have the right to make a lot of money? The individual has a lot of right to make money, but the 20% of the population that's poor as hell, they don't have a right to have a basic level of income. That's a I and we type thing again. We defer to the I in that situation. The rich people have a right to make truckloads of money, which I don't have anything against that, but I do have a thing that Bezos pays a lower percent tax, and so does Warren Buffett than I do. That I have a problem with. Where's another I and we comes in? The whole world. Let's rephrase that. The people, the countries that are prosperous at all, let's say the top 1/3 of the countries, maybe the top one half, um, all manage to give universal health care. We say that's not affordable. Why the hell are we that stupid that half the world has it figured out and we're in the dumb half? Are we that incompetent that we don't know how to pay for universal health care? Well, we do have, if you're a rich person, that is a hell of a good place to be sick, because for the best medical care, United States, if if you can afford it. But that's again the individual that can afford it. We're on top of it. A poor kid that's starving and needs insulin. Well, a lot of cases it's tough shit. Poor kid just needs to eat. Poor kid needs to have uh, a neighborhood that's free of guns. So I think our universal health care, just having health care for everybody, that's, I think, a culture problem. It's obviously not, that's not doable, because a lot of everybody does it except us. We're not that stupid either. It's a culture thing. It has nothing to do with ability or money. It has to do with I take care of myself, and you are screwed because you don't take care of yourself. Then there's kind of a secondary theme. If you're poor, you're lazy, and you deserve it. So there's a lot of the way that we live and take care of each other, or don't take care of each other, that's kind of centered on this individual freedom, independence, Wild West, gunslinger, take care of yourself attitude. And the we, be damned. If you can't take care of yourself, it's too bad. Because if you are poor, it is your fault. Mankind is inherently bad. It's a religious concept that, that parents have eaten sour grapes and the children's stomach is put on edge. It's a biblical reference for you. It's kind of like the universal sin, and that attitude coupled together with our individualism, independence, competition, a little touch of machoism. We get a culture that doesn't take care of each other. We get a culture that's aggressive, not kind. Even a lot of the, partisanship and tribalism is again that our group is not much different than the I mentality. Me, I, my group, my tribe, my country, my state, my family. It's a failure to recognize that we're all interconnected and we're all part of a web of life. Global warming, climate problems. That's kind of like the first hint that we're kind of all interconnected. And in this culture, as long as we keep deciding everything by the I, my view, my position, my party, no compromise, we're not going to solve many problems. We talked about infrastructure. That's a my problem. My party has the best answer. My party has the only answer. You literally can't solve anything with the my viewpoint. Try that in a marriage. My viewpoint, my way or the highway, I'm right. We have so much of that in this country, and it's counterproductive to being cooperative and kind and working together. It's counterproductive to solving problems. It's up to us to change that in our everyday lives, one person at a time. I don't think the guys at the top are going to fix this one. I think we've got to work at it here from the bottom. Anyway, this is the Ancient Texan with my view on my view. Of course, my view on my versus us, I versus we. Hoping we can all find a little more to hold hands about. This is the Ancient Texan. Namaste.